Oh my god, guys. 500 FPS. No way, bro. Quick. Drop a like in the next 5 seconds and subscribe, or a spider will go inside your mouth when you're sleeping. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace. Okay, guys. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome. In this video, guys, I am teaching you the best methods in getting completely good, absolutely banger FPS. You know, like I can sustain 240 without it bloody. Look at that. It just flickers a little bit. Just flickers a little bit because I'm recording. But if we go to unlimited, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at it. It's speeding around because I'm recording, so it's not going to be as high. We're going to go back to 140 for now. And the reason it's not even that high, guys, is because I have not even done the settings that I'm going to be showing you guys. So, you guys want the best FPS. I understand. The first thing that you guys want to do is you want to check some things. We need to go to the advanced graphics. All of this is super unimportant. You need to know. This is a must know. All of these must be on low. This must be on far. Everything else is unneeded. The first thing that you might want to do is turn off VSync. Now, VSync, like it just doesn't work properly. It gives you big input delay. It makes you feel choppy. It caps you at 60 FPS. Even if it doesn't show it, it caps you at 60 FPS. So you guys need this off. You will not be able to do anything in your entire career. You know, if you want to become a Fortnite pro, this needs to be off. The second thing, motion blur. If you have motion blur on, okay, then you're basically giving yourself input delay. Now, one thing that you may want to know, if this is on, but your post-processing is low, you will not gain a lot of input delay. But if you set this to epic, you'll have a lot of input delay, so don't do it, okay? Your third thing is your DirectX version. Your show FPS doesn't really change anything. A lot of people say if you set it to off, you know, it removes the spikes and lag. That's not true. Now, your DirectX. Now, I need you guys to know that DirectX 12 does it. This is 100%. You will get way more FPS, but you need to have the correct computer. If your computer is not not extremely good, don't use this because you will not be able to handle it. DirectX 12 is a completely updated beta engine. Look, it says it right. Okay, it says it right there. Look, you see it? See where we have DirectX 11 highlighted, Direct 12X beta. It's a beta, so it's not as good, and as you can see, it will offer a performance increase, or it says it may, but it will offer a performance increase, but it's newer and it has not been tested widely, so you need to be careful when using this. A lot of people think auto setting gives you your best, but actually, it will try and set your FPS as low as possible and give you the best graphics possible. So for the better FPS, you don't want it. Now, one thing that a lot of people know is that if you set your game to full screen, you will have better FPS. Yes, this is true. You will have extremely much better FPS. Because as you can see, look, the game just looks cleaner in general. As you can see, look, now if I spin this as super fast, if I go to 240 FPS, the movement will not be as vibrant. As you can see, it's not going down to 231. It's just gonna hang around if I spin it. It's going a little bit around, but it's not as much. So, you know, full screen is better, but if you have two monitors, this happens. Did you see it? A little black screen. Just like that. And if you watch your FPS, 42. So, you don't really want that. So, in my opinion, Windows full screen. You'll lose a little bit of FPS. So, if you have a single monitor and you're going for full FPS, guys, go full screen. But if you're a YouTuber, streamer, you're recommended windowed full screen because you can apply it, as you can see if I apply it, and then if I go to my other monitor, as you can see there's no drop, you just lose the volume, sorry. I know it keeps on cutting out the audio, that happens. So the next thing you want to look at, guys, is your settings. Now, what region are you? Depending on your region is how this works. If you have it to auto, it's going to try and set it the best. So even if Europe, is your actual server, but it has 96 ms, it will set you to NA East. But you don't want this because these servers do not always tell you the truth. Sometimes these are wrong. Sometimes they give you just not as good, and so you do not want it set to auto. You know, you can set it to auto, but 1, it will give you worse servers. 2, it will lower your FPS just a little bit. So I set mine to Europe right there. Now, the next thing you want to worry about is your extra game options and replays. So, extra game options, do any of these actually matter? Yes. Peripheral lighting needs to be off. The video highlights, on or off, you know, it's your kind of choice. That really doesn't bother me, you know. Off, obviously will give you better FPS. For both of these will give you better FPS. And on will give you less FPS because it's got a, 1, it's got a hold NVIDIA. 2, if you don't have NVIDIA, it will be trying to use NVIDIA and you'll just be, you know, just remove your FPS. And peripheral lighting, sorry, just doesn't help you in any way. Now, replays. If you are a streamer and you're trying to get highlights, use replays, sure. But if you're a streamer, just stream the gameplay and use those. Replays, they're super, super good. But, you know, they can show you the actual identification of a scrim. In a scrim, use them, okay? In a real comp match, use them. Yes, it will remove your FPS ever so slightly, you know, you might go down a frame, maybe 5 frames. But you can prove if something happens. Now, I have these all set to off because it will reduce your FPS if you use any of them. So yeah. Now the next thing you want to worry about is these. All of these on HUD scale. So all of these really don't change a thing. You know, elimination feed, sure, it will make your screen bigger if you have it off. Map and backpack keys, sure, makes, you know, everything bigger, smaller. Now, honestly, all of this helps, but not really. This is the only one that you need to change in this setting. If you are set to 100% or bigger, change it because it will mess with your FPS. I use 45%. Now, I used to use 55%. But, you know, even that's a little bit, like, you don't lose FPS at that point. After you go below, like, 60, you stop losing at least a bit of FPS. But 45 is it just works for me. So, you know, your sensitivity isn't going to change anything. Controller options not going to change anything. Music is going to change something. Now, obviously, I don't really mess around with FPS. My FPS isn't that bad. So I'm okay with using sound quality on high, but, you know, as you can see, it says may decrease performance. So, you know, if you don't have the greatest PC, turn it down to low. It really doesn't matter. 3D headphones, once again, don't have the greatest PC. Don't have some headphones that are surround sound. Doesn't need to be on. Background audio, you want it off, okay? When the game is playing in the background, when on, the audio will continue to play when the game is minimized. So what this means is if I was to turn this onto all sounds, and then I switch to this monitor over here, you can still hear it all. Personally, don't really like it. Doesn't really help anyone. Subtitles, I don't know why anyone would use them. Maybe you're deaf. No offense. So sorry. Visualize sound effects on. If you have them off, you will get higher FPS. If you have them on, you'll play better in the game. That's your own choice. Now, voice chat. This is a really important part. Push to talk. Oh god, don't apply that. Push to talk gives you better FPS because your game has to surge and talk through the mic so it actually goes all the way to the game. So it gives you better FPS. If you have it to open mic, it will not give you as good FPS, and you know you'll annoy less people. From that, you're basically good. And then your keyboard is keyboard binding fine. Combat controls, fine. Epic account ID, not fine. So, your account and privacy. Well, this is the important part. Step number 1, mature language filter. So if someone swears, do you want it on or off? Personally, I like it on. This does not change your FPS at all. This is the same thing. If anything, on will probably decrease your FPS. Auto decline friend requests. You'll lose a chunk of FPS for a split second, but then you'll have better FPS because people can't friend you, and when they are not friending you, sorry for that voice crack, when they are not friending you, then, you know, the game doesn't have to go, oh, we got to register a friend request, we're going to show it up on the screen, all of that. So, no, all of these are, you know, they're all just extra. You can turn this off, you can literally, you can receive gifts, you want gifts on. So, you turn whichever one you want. Yeah. So I'm actually going to click auto decline friend request and then I turn it off straight away. So, you know, all my friend requests get deleted. So that, guys, is basically the way in Fortnite settings that you actually do it, guys. I'm not trying to keep the video rambling on and on and on, but that is the best way to decrease your FPS legitimately without having to download any software, download any files onto a computer, guys. That is the most legit way to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.